All right. Just do a little speed run of the sharing. Watch this. The world's fastest man to ever promote a stream. Okay, that's Discord. Okay. Got the two-piece going on. And just like that, I do believe that we are live. Slankus bot. Slankus bot. I can't believe you made it, dog. I'm really happy. Have you ever, like, you are a staple of the TikTok Doofy Live, but have you ever made it to a YouTube Doofy Live? I think you have, right? Surely. Let me just check Twitter real quick. Okay. I'm also going to pull up the, yeah, one. Nice. This is where the magic happens. This is really where, like, hey, noob, welcome to the chat, baby. I feel like the TikTok lives are only a pale imitation of the YouTube lives, so you're in for a real treat tonight, baby. Anyways, how are you guys doing, like, by the way? Like, hope everyone's doing good. Noob encouraged me to go live, and so here I am. Look at that. If you follow me on Twitter, and if you are actively on Twitter, you'll know that I am always over there. Yeah, I'm really on Twitter a lot these days, by the way. I'm running some machine in the background. You're getting a lot of background noise. Is it a lot, or is it just like noticeable? Because yes, there's an aircon running in the background, and there's simply nothing I can do about that, given the fact that like it's a trillion degrees in here, and I will have to live with that. But I did a few recordings beforehand to test, and like it's noticeable, but not like destructive. But like, let me know what you think. Slank. Don't worry, manga reader. I will always make it. I love that you call me the manga reader. I'm starting to like give you the meme, but like, goddamn, Slank. Like, let's just go over here for a second. 419, 7. Okay. Yes, we get it. Wait, hold up. This actually proves my point. I have way more anime than I do manga. Like, look at that. 136 days watched versus 6,000 chapters, which is frankly nothing. Yeah, so it's not too bad. That's all I wanted to hear. But I like the meme. I'm glad I'm the manga reader, despite the overwhelming evidence suggesting that I'm an anime watcher. And like when I go on streaks, like I go on a good streak. You know what I mean? Like look at this. I was watching all these like slice life shorts because of you. And by the way, like the only thing that I look forward to in life nowadays is these slice life shorts. And that's why I cannot wait to watch. I can't understand what my husband's saying part 2 and The Way of the House Husband part 2. I know people hate The Way of the House Husband, but I think when the first season came out, I put it on the background and like my girlfriend over there and we were just like hanging out. And like we both thought it was like hella like enjoyable. Like is the animation abysmal? Yeah, it's awful. Like is it just like a fun concept, like some kind of fun interact? Like yeah, it's sublime. That's why I'm really excited to watch this. I downloaded Netflix on my phone just to watch this actually. Yo, Lord Diamo, welcome to the chat, baby. How you been, dog? How you been? Josh, Doofy Bro, I'm here. I'm gonna be reading the Good Book of Genesis. What are you reading right now? Or like, are you still like in the universal intro, aka like the first 11 chapters, or are you like in the Abrahamic saga now? Let me know, dog. By the way, I got hella notes on Genesis if you're ever looking for some insight. Way the House Button is really good because of the reason why the animation is bad, because of the wish of the original creator. Interesting. I didn't know that. That actually does make me reassess the animation. I will still say though, like from a practical perspective, as just a general consumer of anime, it's jarring how lazy it is. It is more akin to an actual manga, and in that sense I can kind of see how it would actually be a more accurate adaptation because of the way it's animated. The fact still remains that it's just like they could have done more. But then again, I think this unique animation, although I think it's unique in the direction of bad, sets it apart. And, like, that's what I'm all about, right? So, on chapter 11, I'm gonna read like the 10 chapters today. I'm behind class. Nice. I can't stand for the abysmal animation. I can take a below par, but if it's worse than that, I'm not watching it. That's fair. But like again, I'm just all about things that give me unique experience. And honestly, the way the House Husband has done exactly that. You're on chapter 11. Okay, so you're at like the end of the good stuff of Genesis. Like the best part of Genesis is everything before Abraham. Like don't get me wrong, there's some fucking bangers from Abraham onwards. Like Jacob versus God in the river, bro. That shit crazy. One of my favorite stories in all of Genesis, but like that doesn't quite compare to the scope of like Garden of Eden or Noah's Ark or the Tower of Babel. Yeah, but I would respect the original creator rather than do a studio style. I think actually that's a good point. I feel like if the way the House Husband was just like a generic, like I don't know, Kyoto animation kind of style, it wouldn't have had the same charm. It at least gives us something to talk about, and that kind of puts it in the public sphere a little more, if that makes sense. This is what I'm watching right now. By the way, fall 2021, looking like an okay season. I'm only watching like the ones that I think I'll genuinely enjoy. Unironically, Ghost Game is carrying. I wish Vince SM wasn't here right now because he is the Digimon guy, and Ghost Game is like, I don't know, there's just something about it that's so fucking cool. Dude, but once you get to Joseph's Ark is the best part of Genesis? Nah, Joseph's Ark is like, that's like, if Joseph's Ark is your favorite part of Genesis, you're a normie. Like that's just, I got it, that's all I gotta say, dog. Also watch Unsmo ranking because it's really amazing. No, you need to tell me more before you ever give me a recommendation. I'm never going to watch anything on the basis of you simply saying it because I like you. If you watch nothing and says it's a lit season, yeah, exactly, because I'm only watching what's good, aka fucking Digimon Ghost Game, which actually is a really fucking awesome anime. Like this is unironically like something I look forward to every week. Like I cannot wait for episode 3 to come out. Like I'm on like the edge of my seat waiting for this to come off because I'm just so fucking excited. Komi is pretty cool too. Tawawa is amazing. Duh. Gambare Dokui-chan, also probably like a runner-up, like in terms of my favorite. Demon Slayer, I've only seen the first episode. I think that's all that's out, right? And it didn't focus on, yeah, only episode 1. It didn't focus on like the main cast, which is why it was good. It focused on the Flame Hashira, which is like one of the cooler characters. Oisamara ranking is by wit. Okay, that's pretty good. And it's based on a web novel, I Sleep. Somehow it's the same magazine. Yeah, I don't know. Again, you're giving me like formal demographics. That's not enough to really establish whether or not it's worth watching. Anyways, this is kind of what I got going on right now. These two are hidden. You can't find these two on my anime list because they're little too poggers, and I don't want you guys to know. But the good shit I be reading. But Bing Bang Isayo, absolutely fire. I'm up to date. It's at chapter 39, and I semi-recently started learning the hard way. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to read it lately. I'm only 6 chapters in, and I think it's quite a far way away. Anyways, manhwa is the future, by the way, if you're not aware. It doesn't have the kind of complex paneling of manga, but like every panel has detail, and it's like in color. So like just be aware, manhwa is the future. Stop reading my stuff. What do you mean stop reading your stuff? These are mine, baby. Mine alone. Mal has 8+ with only 1 episode. I don't trust Mal. I don't trust the community. Because look at this. If I trusted the community, right? Okay, if I were to trust the community, Eden East, which I gave an easy 10, if I trust the community, would be a 74%. So I don't trust the community, okay? Yeah, Fax Manhwa's dope. Yeah, absolutely. It's actually quite insane, to be honest. How insanely good manhwa are. Like, consistently. And then, like, by contrast, right, you go over to Shonen Jump, right? Shonen Jump, okay. Manhwa, okay. Let's do this comparison real quick. Let's look at, like, let's look at Dun Dun Dun. Okay, let's go to that new chapter. 28. Like, okay, it's like, yeah, it's whatever, you know, like, yeah, okay, it's a figure. But now let me put you on real quick. Okay? Everybody, stay still. Simple, my man. We just met on Twitter, okay? I don't want to give you the wrong impression, but I have a point to prove, okay? So, like, just turn off your stream for a second, and then, like, let me just show the stream, like, this little point, okay? Okay? So this is, like, the first chapter of this. Look at the detail, the color. Are you kidding me? Hello? And then, like, Shonen Jump is like, yeah, I'll just give you this. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Manhwa is the future. Anyways, welcome to the chat, Simple. I can't believe you entered on that point, but we got that Hunter x Hunter in common, and now we got Manhwa in common. GG. We're right for this. You're my man, dog. You're my man. You love to see it. Also, you need to read me. Excuse me. This is my room. I don't need to read anything. Fun fact. You know what I need to read? I need to like finish MW, okay? And I need to finish Homunculus, and I need to read more One Piece. I need to catch up with learning the hard way. That's priority number 1. Yeah, nosebleed. If you're gonna get a community guideline strike, according to who? Do you feel like my list has some good manhwas on there? Yeah, let's do it, Snow. Let's see what you got. Snow HD. There he is. Manga list. As in currently reading, or has completed? Is there a way to there's not a way to separate them. It's quite cringe. Excuse me, this is my room is the best one though. Yeah, this is my room. Wait, excuse me, this is my room is the best one? Really? I will give it a try after I finish learning the hard way. Look at mine though. They're everywhere, honestly. I don't care though if they're everywhere. The respect for giving the Ava manga a 10, I still gotta finish that shit. Also, I didn't realize you had the Beck manga like completed, like, and also out of 10. I didn't know that about you, Snow. Damn, we're kind of like, we're soulmates. Also, you're much more sparing with your manga scores, I can tell. But honestly, I ain't mad with this. Ava and Beck at 10. Silent Voice, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, we're not doing reviews right now. Bleach had an 8, you know, we take those. Anything over an 8 for Bleach is a W for me. Inks, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, glad to have you here. Need to update my manga list to have all the manhwa. Yeah, that's fair. Does it, like, I hate that it doesn't separate them. Does it not? It doesn't. That's so cringe. That's so cringe. Whatever. 7 viewers, but only 5 likes. Make sure that to like the stream, everyone. Yeah, you heard like Lord Daimo. You're the man. Paused. Hunter x Hunter. One Piece. Long Style. Kaguya-sama. I want to watch Kaguya-sama soon. I know I have a lot of things planned to watch, and I never watched them. I'm supposed to watch Steins Gate, still haven't done that. I'm supposed to watch Air Gear, still haven't done that. But like, I want to watch Kaguya-sama because like even Storm, you know, has Kaguya-sama at a 10. I just that's incentive to me. You know what I mean? If I'm strictly from one country, you can filter the country. Good point, noob. Yeah, good fucking point. Ah, I knew this one here looked like a manhwa. 7 though, so it's not worth looking at. Juseo Chion, a man who survives the age of war through sheer luck and becomes the elder of Hwasan faction, only to live. I don't like this kind of like medieval war kind of vibe. That's an automatically no for me. That's why I'll never read Kingdom, for instance. I just don't give a fuck about the setting. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a superficial comment, but like, you need some kind of way to sift through this fucking manifold of anime manga that are produced yearly. Subjectively, my list is the best. Of course, you would think that of your own list. Solo Leveling. Completed the novel already? Okay. I heard Solo Leveling was just like Meathead the manga. You know what I mean? Manhwa. But people seem to like it, and like I'm okay with like a nice Meathead manga from time to time. That's what I read is that setting. Oh, shitty. I really do not like that setting. Daughter of the Emperor, yeah, I cannot vibe with a lot of that. So Loving is okay, if you can be honest, yeah. But Objective Mass is the best, yeah, for sure, noob. Let's just call noob out real quick. Bro's got the most expansive manga list I've ever seen. Since I am the manga reader, I will only be looking at the manga. Okay, what we got? Land Illustrious, 9.5. That's a pretty, like, people like Landlord Illustrious. That gets a pass. Quintessential quintuplets. What's the popular opinion on this? I have no idea. This is my only reference point, by the way, for, like, gauging these series. 79, okay, so, like, you know, you're kind of, like, you're vibing. Point bound Hanko-kun. I think you ride for this a little harder than you should, but, you know, who am I to tell you what you should like? Rascal does not dream of Budding Girl? Well, then who should she dream of? That's, like, my only question to her, right? Also better than Monogatari, though, so. QQs are great, except the ending. Mid. Caught Up. Spectre, Kaguya-sama, Sleepy Princess, Uma Musume. Blessed Legend. You know, Noob, you are the one that inspired me to be so precise with my scores. But, like, when I go to my own list now, and I see shit like this, and I'm like, is this really true? Like, do I really feel like this? And now I want to reset all my scores and reevaluate all my anime again. Like, that's the problem when you get so precise. I just feel like because your opinions on anime change so easily that, it gives you so much incentive to redo it all again. And I have fun, like, reevaluating anime, but, like, I don't know. These anime are just going farther and farther back in my mind, so it's like, it'll never be for the greater benefit of them all. I have too many anime to reset all of them. You don't have that many. You only have like 600, right? I mean, I have 420. Yeah, you don't even have 600 yet. Like, you have 540. That's not too much. You have like 100-ish more than me. You have like 120 more than me. That's not crazy. But I do sometimes, like, even like as of recently, I am like slightly dissatisfied with my scores for a lot of anime. I just kind of want to redo everything because, interestingly, this might come as a shock to people that really know me, but like Rainbow, an anime I used to preach and praise about. This was like my anime for literally years. Like during my anime phase in high school, I would go around telling everyone to watch Rainbow because I thought it was such a phenomenal show. Like this was my show, my manga. Like this was, I identified myself solely with this. This was my favorite anime manga for the longest time ever. But like as of recent, I'm going through my anime manga list and just Rainbow's not hitting the same way anymore. And like it's just falling down at that, like right now it's an 8, it's a 9.8, but like I did like a top 10 anime list not that long ago, and like I don't even think it was on the top 10. So how things too slept on these days. Me and Manga Crash discussed Hellsing in my seinen manga tier list, and I just talked about in that video how I was surprised that people were critical of Hellsing these days, or didn't talk about it, because I remember growing up and Hellsing being like one of the legendary seinen manga. Like that was your first manga out of just Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Like this was your real first piece of manga. And like everyone nowadays is like whatever, like they skip it, and it's just, that was jarring to me. But like actually on my own reflections of Hellsing, like while I think it's really good, I do think that it just kind of lacks some substance. Like it's badass. Like being badass isn't enough to carry a manga, and I just think that there's a lot of things lacking with Hellsing. In retrospect, I could rewatch it and think completely different. I know when I was watching it, like it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So also I was like on a bit of a back and forth Ava for a bit. It was between a 10 and a 9.8. Because I was trying to convince myself that I wasn't an elitist, but then I came to the realization that I was an elitist, so I just kept it at a 10. Love hate like Hellsing, but not Redline. I've never watched Redline. It's not that I don't like it, you know what I mean? They're distinct things. I would probably like Redline. I actually thought Redline would be like... Do you want to know, unironically, my idea of Redline before I looked it up? I thought Redline was going to be something like Violet Evergarden for some reason. But then I looked it up, and it's like fucking like some weird action shit, right? Like, it's not at all what I was expecting. Like, this reminds me of like Cowboy Bebop meets Kill la Kill for some reason. I don't know why. Watch Redline why? Absolutely not. I will watch it eventually, though. I swear to God. Redline is cooler than Hellsing. That's not a high bar, though. As I just said, I think Hellsing lacks substance. Let's see what my socials have thought of it. 9, okay. Snow gave it an 8, 75, 7.5 for Vince, 9, 9, 10. Okay, I mean, relatively positive. Let's see what McKeb. By the way, let me just look at McKeb's anime real quick. He is probably my number one mutual on Twitter. Love the guy. Normie as hell. I just gotta take a peek at like what he be like watching and rating. Fuck you, Doffy and Dice, best shonen anime. I'm just gonna say it one more time. I'm actually just gonna read you the tweet I tweeted not that long ago, okay? I'm just gonna read you the tweet. Because this summarizes everything. Although I like to overplay my hate for Hunter x Hunter on the internet for attention, okay? Very transparent. I genuinely do not think it holds a candle to AOT, FMA, or Naruto in terms of characters, plots, peaks, or soundtrack. Drops mic. Like, not at all. Not in a single aspect does Hunter x Hunter even compare to any of these three series as far as I'm concerned. Like, it's simply that. Like, there's no discussion to be had. Like, I think that the gap is so overwhelming that the discussion is just so unbound, so unequal that it's not worth having. Like, don't get me wrong. Okay, I actually think Hunter x Hunter is good. It's better than 99% of shonen. Battle shonen. It's not a huge margin because most battle shonen are dog shit. Most people don't know about most battle shonen. But, like, these are the elites in my eyes. These are, like, I disagree, but the discussion is not going to go anywhere. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, these are, like, the platonic forms of battle shonen. And then Hunter x Hunter is just, like, a regular, adequate instantiation of the form. It's like, yeah, you know, it doesn't do that much offensively wrong, but it's still a pale imitation of the greats. Obviously, that doesn't make sense chronologically since Naruto was inspired by Full Metal, or FXX, or HXH. But I genuinely think that Naruto is only improved on HSH, like literally in every capacity. But okay, so yeah. Bleach, skip filler, aesthetic on par with JoJo, and music the best in anime. Soul Side, my top 5 shonen arc. I respect a man giving Bleach 8.5. I still think that like Soul Society is the worst arc in Bleach. Like besides the Agent of the Soul Reaper, like the very first arc. Like I literally think Fullbringer is better. I think Arrancar is better. I think 1,000 Year Blood Work is like way better. I only ever look back on Soul Society arc with like displeasure. I'm like, wow, this is not nearly as good as I thought. Every single time I rewatch it or rewatch clips from it. But Arrancar and 1,000 Year Blood Work, peak. Watching Samurai Champloo and Gintama, so it's whatever. Okay, let's look at it as completed. AOT, whatever, 10, that's fine. Villain Saga, yeah, whatever, 10, fine. Your Name, 10. Like these are all like these are all agreeable to me. Yu-Gi-Oh, 10. By the way, completed, but only 100 out of 224. 1,000 Year Blood Work's coming. Bleach stocks up 70%. On God. Oh man, there is nothing that could rejuvenate my passion for anime and manga. And believe you me, I am rejuvenated right now. But nothing can knock me back into the anime manga entire mood than the official return of 1,000 Year Blood Work. Like, there's not a single thing in animation that I anticipate more than that. Because seeing that first fight between Yamamoto and Yuha, there is not going to be a better, like, introduction to an arc in animation, I think. It's going to be so insane. It's going to be so fucking bonkers. I'm not that AOT fan, but Mappa dropped the bag on the adaptation. I agree. I definitely think that in the fourth season, like, Mappa just simply wasn't producing stuff of the same quality as Wit. And now I know there's an obvious difference because Mappa had significantly less time to produce their adaptation, and so a lot of the work can be excused, but like the fact still remains that like with a franchise that was garnering as much money and like acclaim as Attack on Titan, you could have delayed the anime for next year to ensure quality, and they were just like profit hungry, I guess. So that's why they wanted to rush out season 4. So it's frustrating because I know Mappa could do better. And I think they did do a lot better for the Blu-ray releases and the remasters or whatever, but like whatever. I'll be honest, the animation of first season is far beyond everything they made after. I don't think everything they made after. I think there are actually some amazing feats in the third season, especially when you see that scene with Levi like facing Kenny and like that kind of conflict. Some of the best animation in Attack on Titan. So all of Wit's animation overall was like superb. Or even like in the second season when you had like Eren versus Reiner and Berthold, that was amazing animation also, which was not the first season. So I think the whole Wit run of AOT was amazing. I disagree, especially the third season. Yeah, I totally disagree. Silent Voice, disagree. Full Metal, I respect the high. Okay, AOT, respect. Still haven't watched Mob Psycho, probably never will, don't care. Looks cringy as fuck. Angel Beats at a 9? You would love to see it. Yeah, big ups. AOT, again, you love to see it. Death Note, like, again, like, you know, some pretty normie shit, but, like, nothing offensively placed, in my humble opinion. How I feel about Hunter Hunter is how I feel about AOT. I give every season, like, a 7 or an 8. That's fair. Yeah, literally, like, that's exactly how you feel. Promised Neverland, an 8.8. Okay, that's, you know. It was, like, it was solid. Like, I watched the whole season, like, in a single day. Like, in one sitting, I was just, like, so engaged, but, like, it never fully gave me what I wanted out of it, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like Death Note for kids, I guess, if I could say something. I've rewatched The Silent Voice, and I'm starting to see why people like it. I might have to rewatch it, too. I'm so critical of it. But we'll see. Spirited Away at a 9? I respect it. It's a very imaginative movie. I think I only have it at, like, a 7, though. Mononoke, I think, is incredibly overrated. Because I think it lacks imagination, and I think that the plot is so overplayed. Castle in the Sky. I don't think I've watched Castle in the Sky yet, though. But fair. He has Mugen Train at 8.5. Noob, how you feeling about this, though, baby? Noob, come on now, tell me how we feeling about this. Ayo Snow, me and you both, baby. I genuinely think that, like, if Death Note ended with L's death, it would not nearly be as good. Because I think that Nier and Mello contribute so much to the plot. Mikami, I feel like that whole dynamic in the second half is so well done with watching Light's descent into, like, just absolute corruption. It's a very stark contrast to his presentation in the first half as, like, the ideal god. You know what I mean? Like, it's black and white, and I feel like to really appreciate Light, you need that full character arc, and to have ended him there at the end of, like, that ideal god kind of arc would do injustice to his character. Yeah, second, like, I don't even think the second half is significantly worse than the first half, like, at all. I love the second half. I haven't watched Death Note, and I'm not, you haven't watched Death Note, it's not going to change. Take back on Mononoke. I'm not going to. Mugen Train was god awful. I love to see it. Yeah, Death Note second half was awesome. People are just, like, so obsessed with L, and they're just mad that he's gone. And I simply do not care. Like, stay mad. JJK at 8.5. I think I have it at an 8. Yeah, I think 8 is kind of like the rating for it, to be honest. Like, JJK was just another instance of, like, a solid, well-done battle shonen. But didn't have, like, any peaks, you know what I mean? Nine, 6, 6, 9. 10? Toast, baby, what is you doing? Season 1 was not that good. 7.5, 8, 8, 9, 9, 8, 10, 8, 8. Yeah, but, like, 8 is, like, kind of, like, really how I'm feeling about it. Oh, Nier isn't as good as L. Like, exactly. That's the point, though. You know what I mean? Like, if they were going to just introduce a second L, why even kill L in the first place? Like, the fact that they split his dynamic up across Nier and Mello, one who is over cocky but doesn't have the same intellectual prowess as L, and then somebody who's very emotional but contributes equally to the kind of intellectual development of the case, that is Mello. Like, I just feel like splitting up the dynamics is even more interesting. And that's why I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, weird tangent. That's why I think Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is so much better than the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Because while I think that the Yugi Kaiba dynamic is awesome, what I love about GX is it splits up that dynamic, because it's not just Judai versus, Manjome, but it's Judai versus Manjome versus Ryo. Like, they split up the rival character into two people, into Ryo Manjome. And just having like these two different characters embody two different rival perspectives, I feel like enriches Judai as a character overall. Hope they reduce some of the animation for the show. You will see how bad if they don't fix it, doof. What show are you talking about, by the way, Newberton? Demon Slayer? Daimo says, I think the first person to say the second half of Death Note was good. Most people hate Nier Mello. So glad to see another intellectual. On God. I actually love Mello. Mello is one of my favorite characters in Death Note. He gets shit on so much, but like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I just relate to Mello a lot. Like, because I do feel like he is making an important contribution to the case, and indeed, without Mello, the case would not be solved. But like, he's just so emotional, like in the way he goes about like actually getting the evidence and the actual, you know, stuff necessary to charge Light with, you know, being Kira, is just so rational. And like, I don't know, I like that about him a lot. If they made a new L, people would complain that new L isn't as good as the old one, isn't as interesting. Exactly. If they did what they did, they'd still complain. It's a lose-lose, absolutely. Yo, Mel's my favorite too. My guy, Daimo. That's why you're a dog. That's why you're the king, baby. Mugen Train. I don't know why more people didn't complain. Okay, noob. McKev and Trash were on Twitter today saying that the animation of Mugen Train alone makes it like an 8. How do you feel about that? Because I know you particularly had quarrels with like the CGI in the movie. I will just say that the first episode of Demon Slayer season 2 was awesome because it just did not feature anyone like of the main cast. No Tanjiro, not that blonde dude, not the pig guy. Like, they were all gone. It was the Flame Hashira. Like, that was it. And he was cool. Like, it was fucking awesome. But that's why it's a 9 out of 10. Respect. Death Parade at an 8.4? I feel slightly lower than I'd put it. You know, I feel like that's 8. Okay, now that seems to be like an 8 amongst my fellow peers. I know the appeal to the consensus isn't necessarily the most productive, but I feel like at least if I can identify how people with like-minded opinions as myself feel, then I feel like you can kind of grasp some useful reference. Yeah, new with a 9.7, rock on. 5. I don't like this guy. Nefelmilk. We have very different opinions, and like his opinions, like other than Mushishi number 1, like I don't know what I agree with here. I don't know how like most of these would be fair. Fate Zero season 2, probably, I guess. Bloody Manifest. Yeah, I don't know about all this, bro. Monster, Vagabond, Battle Royale? Question mark? No. I don't know what this is. I mean, bro's in deep, but like, I don't know. Fate Zero, yuck. Fate Stay Night is dope. Is that what you mean? FSN? I don't know. Noob can't have good take. Yeah, on God. Noob doesn't know good take if it's slapped in the face. Anime list. If we scroll to the bottom, okay. I feel like this is the best way to look at noob, is like go like bottom, work your way up. Redo the healers, 0.1. Bro gave something a 0.1. Bro gave 2 things 0.1. Inuyashiki, the last hero. I actually want to watch this. Bro, it's not bad. I'm just spitting facts. I believe his particular quarrel with this is that he thinks the creator got some kind of sick pleasure of depicting such violence, and he thinks that's immoral, and therefore this would be better if it didn't exist, so 0.1. That's, I believe, his logic. I want to see you judge my list. I'll do that, Slank bot. That's true. I've talked about noob so many times in the stream. Sorry, noob baby. Monk. Reject modernity. Embrace monk. Okay. Slank, let's look at your anime list real quick. If it's really bad, I'm exiting. You love Muv-Love. You are like the like if I were to associate a single anime with you, it's Muv-Love. Muv-Love, right? Yeah. 10. Crazy. Bro, you watched 2 episodes of Comey and you gave it a 9.5. How the fuck are you watching 2 episodes of anything and giving it a 9.5? Problematic as fuck, okay? And if you're gonna watch 2 episodes of anything and score it, Gambare, okay? 10, okay? Just get that in your fucking head, by the way. So I automatically do not trust all of your rankings for watching stuff because you're giving 10s after having seen 2 episodes, which is like nonsense to me. Yeah, pretty much. If you want, you can experience my list with everything to 0 to 5. I'll defend the Comey take. What's your Comey take? 9.5. Like, you're defending that it's a 9.5 already? Like, don't get me wrong, I like Comey a lot. I think it's like gonna shape up into something rather nice. I might give it like an 8 overall, rather positive. But like after just 2 episodes, you can give it a 9.5. Manga's not equal to manga. They're separate. It's really damn good. If far beats I actually agree. I think that Comey as an anime works better. I actually feel like the anime is able to capture the literal charm of the presentation in the manga, but also by like adding the kind of quirkiness of animation to give it more character. You had a stroke mid-sentence, yeah. I think Comey works a trillion times better as a manga. That's why I'm really like enjoying what I've seen so far, and I think this will be a pretty awesome manga or anime. But a 9.5 after 2 episodes. Okay, is that not like alarming to anyone else? Am I like weird here, or because I don't think you need to see an entire anime to know what you're gonna rank it. Like maybe like after 8 episodes, if it's been 8 consecutive bangers, you're gonna know if it's a banger. You can give it at 9.5. But like after 2 episodes, sorry, I'm just heated. I think it's some dumb shit. Very alarming. Yeah, thank you, Daimo. I've given 9 for 2 episodes. Yeah, you're a psychopath though, noob, so that doesn't count. Also, by the way, you're horny on main. At least have the decency to private this, by the way. It'll still show up in your numbers. But for the lads. Okay, interesting. This one looks better. Humbly. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just put it on private, bro. Like, watch. I'll show you how to do it. Watch. Add list. Private. Save. That's how you do it. No one will know. People had like JoJo Part 5 at an 8.8 after the first episode. AOT 9.2 at 4 episodes. I've seen that one. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so like stop being horny on main. That's my first advice. Platinum End a 6 after 2 episodes. Respectable, because like after a volume of the manga, like I was ready to put that shit down. But I mean, you gotta give it more time. Yeah, and then you were a reasonable person, did not rate 86 season 2 after even 2 episodes, right? You knew better. Planning to watch Eric, you're like, yeah, and then you got all this shit you're planning to watch with fucking 0 episodes, 0 episodes, 0, 0, 0, 0. Like, bro, what are you doing? 0, just put it on planning. 0, 0. Like, you're not watching it right now. Put it on planning. Like, dog. Like, 0, 0, 0. You can't even, like, have the excuse that's airing right now, because look at that, not airing, right? Not airing. Okay. What about this? Not airing. Okay, what about this? Not airing. Not airing. To be fair, you are watching that, though. So, like, So my 2 pieces of advice so far. Horny things, go private. And only actually watch, like, put things that you're watching when you're watching them. Like, that's fine. That's fine. Like, but you're planning to watch this. You're not watching it. You're planning to watch this. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. Like, goddamn. Also, like, stick to one thing. Like, you have 10 trillion anime going on right now. Like, just watch the ones you've started. Like, where are we down here? 3 episodes of Fulu Coolie. It's 6 episodes, bro. Just finish it. Damn, homie brought a plague to the Pharaoh Kek. Anyways. Mushishi. Just watch it. Like, finish Fulu Coolie, then watch Mushishi. Then, like, finish Monster. Like, be sequential about it, bro. Don't start a trillion anime. Like, I know you want to get your numbers up for your anime list, but like, dog, come on, man, bring it back. Like, you're not watching that. You're planning to watch that. You're not watching that. You're planning to watch that. Fully Cool is only 6. Exactly. Like, I've already watched it multiple times in like a single sitting. Like, come on, dog, you're better than this. Anyways, moving on. Tier completed. 10s. Haven't watched it, but I want to watch, and I feel like I will also give this a 10. Same with Perfect Blue. So I can't relate so far. Spirit Away a 10. Interesting. I feel like most Ghibli films have around a 7. I think are sufficiently positive. I think that they're admirable for their creativity. I think that their narrative is simple, but normally because it's pointed towards a younger audience. I still think that there are more mature themes to extrapolate from them. The fact remains, however, that like Spirited Away for me isn't quite a 10. My immediate experience watching it was one of, at least it aired on the side of boredom more than it did of entertainment. In retrospect and after rewatching, it was definitely something that I appreciated more. But a 10 is still a little strong for me personally. Steer has some of the best direction. Yeah, like I definitely agree. Like from that perspective, it's phenomenal. But I would always say that, you know, if you have like if you can kind of admire these conventional merits such as like the direction and the animation, and you can tie that to like your own personal connection with it and like your own, you know, enjoyment of it, that's a fine 10 for me then. Like who am I to judge that? But like from my own experience, I didn't have any kind of deep emotional connections to it, so I can only ever rank what's given in front of me, and I think it was ultimately 7 for me. It's also why Bell's a 10. That's fair. But Evergarden 10, Noob's going crazy. Beastars, you're fucking furry. After Story, that's fair. I haven't watched it, but it's sad, so people like it. Also, Eden in the East. I'm throwing up 2 of those right now because that is that's a certified doofy classic. Like for 99% of people that are gonna watch Eden in the East, it's gonna be a 7. It's gonna be like a 7, a 6, an 8, and understandably so. Like it's a pretty like average kind of thing. But there was just something about, like, I don't think it's average at all, actually. I think that the concepts in play are amazing. The whole thing about the Salsao is fucking amazing. You're given, like, a trillion yen to change Japan. And you're all kind of fighting. It's amazing. Like, the concept's amazing. I think the execution's amazing, because I think the dynamic between Akira and Saki is, like, my favorite couple in all of anime. Besides like Roy Mustang and Riza Hawkeye, which is non-canonical, but yeah, I think there's something about Akira that was so relatable to me that like just made me want to rewatch this over and over and over again. Confusing at first, but it makes a lot of sense on a rewatch. Yeah, I agree. And honestly, like once you watch the movies, it'll even make more sense if that's what you're talking about as regards Eden Beast. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. It's my 3rd favorite anime of all time. Like I love this anime. It's so good. It just resonates with me intuitively so much. You know what I mean? Also, Sunny Boy, the 9.5, rock on. I still haven't finished it. I've only watched 2 episodes. You know me. Odd Taxi had a 9.5. Damn. I know it has this apparently very good ending, but I can't bring myself to finish it because I just think that it's so okay overall. You know what I mean? And that's what most people say. They say it's okay, then the ending's amazing. But like, if it's just okay and then a good ending, like, is it really 9.5? Like, I don't know. The ending's one of the best. Yeah, that's what they say. To Your Eternity. It's fucking close to perfection. Damn, bro. Like, I thought it had a really strong first episode, and then it went down fucking hill real hard for a few episodes. And then it had like March's death, and March's sister like tried to kill herself, and then March stopped her like as a spirit, and I was bawling my eyes. It one of the hardest times I've ever cried in my life. Amazing. And then I went to like Salamander Guy, and like I stopped caring. Like, and then it was just that's the formula of To Your Eternity. High emotional peak, boring. High emotional peak, boring. And that's To Your Eternity in a nutshell. I'm gonna go to sleep, but I'm gotta show some love, my guy, Doofenshmirtz. Laugh now. I look forward to the next time we can collab, my guy. I hope you're enjoying Bleach, and thank you for dropping by, my guy. Peace and love. It was perfection. It's like so close to being one of my favorites. No, yeah, not at all, unfortunately. It's like, it has some really good episodes, but as an overall anime, it's like, it's so like, okay. Pancreas I still haven't watched. Planetarium I thought was just like so fucking okay. Silent Voice I don't like. AOT, I respect it. Baccano at a 9. It's like a cult classic. That's a little high for me. I like Durarara a lot more than Baccano, to be honest. But Baccano's still like good. That's still like a fine score. Does this set up the rest of Planetarium? Fair. Monogatari, pedophile. Yeah, automatically when I see that shit. Clanad, really the first season of 9? I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. Bebop a 9, respect. Devilman Crybaby a 9. Rock on. Holy shit. Honestly, I only give like a 7.8. It kind of errs on the side of being pretentious for me personally. But I did buy the Devilman manga, and I hope to like the classic Devilman manga, and I hope to read that, and because I do enjoy the characters, some of the themes in here, and I like the quirky animation, but I just feel like it's just so edgy, you know. Ava rebuilds at a 9, okay, and still like the original Ava's nowhere to be seen, bro. It's a fucking damn shame. Fate 0 to 9. Snow is fucking throwing his fist at the screen right now. Golden Boy I genuinely sympathize with though, because like fuck, that English dub is amazing. Initial D's nuts. Just say Tiger in the Fish Shop and watch. I want to though. More pedophile shit. Land of the Lustrous is a pretty like popular anime. Kobayashi's a 9. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely more predisposed towards like the slice of life, so it's easy to see why you would give Kobayashi a 9. For me, like it was definitely one of the better like slice of life experiences I had, and I think it would actually was one of the most important anime in orienting me towards them a little more. Still not quite 9 though, maybe like high 7s. Some Gundam, Mukusho Tensei, kind of crinky dinky if you ask me. Pedophile shit. Planetarium again. Mona okay, still think it's overrated. Fun slice life, what's wrong with that? Nothing. Well, like it doesn't do anything exceptionally well, so why would I give it such a high score? You know what I mean? Super Cub, this was like the anime for like spring 2021. Like me and you used to hype that shit up, but it just got so boring to me after a while. It also just so happened like at the same time that I was finishing up that season of anime, I was falling out of slice of life generally. So, how's Snow Globe actually higher in the show? Good question. Tommy Galaxy at 9. That's a fucking red flag. I'm gonna think you're an elitist if I ever see this shit. Okay. So word of advice: don't put Tommy Galaxy above an 8. If so, you're a fucking elitist. Garden of Words at a 9. Also, I mean, I also loved the movie, but I just do not think it was like substantial enough to merit that high a score. Unless you have like a feet fetish, I guess. By the way, a lot of 9s. A lot of 9s. Just gonna note that. But if you enjoy anime, like who am I to hate? You know what I mean? Vinland Saga 9, Violet Evergarden 9. Yeah, it's like whatever. Vivi's at a 9. Big red flag for me. Vivi's was like just so fucking okay. It's like it had a really cool episode with lots of suspense. It's like some cool choreographed action, and then like there would be like 2 episodes where like it didn't matter and it didn't care, and then like they'd go to another episode, the cool action and the cool mystery, but like I feel like it skipped so much between that and the previous episode. Like I don't know, everything like when the episodes were good, like they were good, but there's so much inconsistencies between them, like in the spaces between the episodes were like so awkward. I think Tommy Galaxy, Devilman, Bakuna, Monogatari at a 9 is the elitist bingo. Yeah. If we had cool animation, I list to Eurobeat with it makes it 100% better. Nah, it's not enough for me. Because Demon Slayer had cool animation, that wasn't enough to merit even a fucking 7. You have Demon Slayer 6.8. So you gotta get me with more than animation. Find the Fate, Heaven Feel, or Kinemo's for his 10 seal of elitism. Heaven Feel's already like at a 9, you know what I mean? And Kinemo's Monogatari is also on a 9, so good call. Avengers at an 8.5. I dropped the anime halfway through. I just got bored because I already read the manga, and I was hyped with the manga as it was releasing, and it's still releasing. But like I feel like the Tokyo Revengers was hyper when the community around it was more active, and now that I reflect on Tokyo Revengers more, it's just not as exciting to me. Like it was my top 10 for a bit, and it still might be on any list, but like that's got to come down. Like it's not doing it for me anymore. You're so horny, but like you gave it an 8.1, so just for the lads, I gotta, you know what I mean? For research interests. Retsuko, I actually watched the first season. I never added on my anime list though. I thought it was actually a pretty fun series. I could see why you gave it an 8. Angel Beats only at an 8. Psych, I also gave it an 8, so rock on. Black Clover, yeah, you know what I mean. You watched all of it? Yeah, I saw. Bro, I'm looking at your list. Don't worry. Don't worry, baby. I see you. Code Geass got an 8. It's pretty respectable. AO Combats will be dispatched at a fucking 8? Bruh. This was one of the worst anime I've ever watched in my life. Unironically, this shit was so dog. And I cannot believe that you really gave this shit an 8. Let me check Twitter real quick. Okay. Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, really an 8? Okay. Give Demon Slayer an 8. Well, that explains a lot then. Like, I think that Demon Slayer has like a cool episode. The episode where Tanjiro is saved by like the water Hashira and the bug Hashira question mark. That was cool. But that was actually a genuinely good episode of anime. But unironically, the plot in that first season is so horribly uninspired. The characters could have been cardboard and I would have known the difference. It has the structure of like of a battle shonen, and like it's just a structure with pretty makeup. It lacks its own substance. It lacks, like, there's nothing about Demon Slayer that seems original to me. I feel like every element about it can be traced back to some previous battle shonen that did it better also. No, I'm ready with Demon Slayer. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna watch the hell out of season 2. Because I'm a battle shonen sim. I like the top 10% of battle shonen. And like, you know, even though I'm gonna hate on Demon Slayer, like it's still a top 10% battle shonen because, like, again, I can't emphasize 90% battle shonen are dog shit, and 100% of people don't understand that 90% of battle shonen are dog shit. Demon Slayer's overrated. Yeah, like it's simply not that good. Like, some of the direction I think in the anime is pretty cool. Like, by and large, it is such a pale imitation of a battle shonen. Like, I actually think that there are moments in Yu Yu Hakusho in the fucking 90s, 98, right? 99 or whatever, has better animation. Like, in terms of direction and in terms of choreography, like, I don't know. You know what? I disagree, but you know what? That's your opinion. I don't know, like, once you read Walk Walk, once you read Zombie Powder, you know, once you read Beats, you realize that, like, battle shonen fucking suck. And I think Demon Slayer is better than all of those. But god damn, it's like just barely better than all of those. Vinland Saga's Demon Slayer? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's like a reasonable comparison though. I feel like Vinland Saga is actually like a legendary kind of manga. Demon Slayer is like a fad and was popular because the anime kind of came out around quarantine, so people had more time, so they had more time plus stimulus checks to spend, and so Demon Slayer was most readily available, and that's kind of what fueled the drive of Demon Slayer. I don't think that it was simply popular on its own merits. I think that Demon Slayer was heavily benefited by the fact that COVID happened and people were at home with nothing to do and they had extra money, and yeah, Demon Slayer would be nothing if it had come out 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Dorohedoro, like, I watched the first episode or two of the anime, and like, I was just so disappointed because the art style of Dorohedoro is what really made it for me, and I feel like the animation just made it so clean, and the CGI just didn't do it for me, and I was just so disappointed all around. But the story of Dorohedoro is amazing, so I could easily see why this would merit an 8. Doctor, I'm stoned. That's okay. Dropout. Holy shit. Pretty cool. I have to watch that for a friend, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, kids. Don't worry about it. Stay fighting unlimited blade. Wow, you have unlimited blade works this low below like 0. I mean, it's only like 1 point difference, but like it's a difference between a 9 and an 8. Really? We thought 0 was that much better than unlimited blade works. You're a fucking psychopath. You have girls and Panzer de Firm, which is a Snow classic. Snow loves this one. FMA Brotherhood and 8 dog. You have fucking the peak of Battle Shonen itself on the same level as fucking Demon Slayer? Like, unless you provide arguments, I'm going to have to undermine the quality of your taste. Because if you think that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is on the same tier as fucking Demon Slayer, that's some of the crazy shit I've ever heard in my life. Some of the crazy shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, okay, I can even understand why anyone would have it at Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I can kind of sympathize with somebody having it at an 8. I think that they're just missing something. I don't have the grounds to claim that though, so I don't say it. But to have it on the same tier as fucking Demon Slayer? Nah. It's overrated, and I went into it thinking it's going to be better than Ava. I was severely disappointed. That's your own problem, dog. I went into Full Metal thinking it was also going to be the best anime of all time. I actually resisted watching Full Metal for as long as I did because my friend was like, this is the best anime of all time, and everyone used to echo that opinion on the internet. I watched it, and it was. It's the best anime of all time. And you, like, I'm not even mad that you gave it an 8. I'm mad that you gave it the same score as fucking Demon Slayer, which qualitatively is so bland, so uninspired, so poorly constructed, versus Brotherhood, which, even if you think that it's lacking or disappointing in some regards, it's original, it's groundbreaking, it has the best developed cast in all of anime manga, some of the best fight. It's night and day, you know what I mean? Like, goddamn. But, you know, to each their own. It's not a 10 out of 10, and it's mediocre political with cool fights and power system. Yeah, we didn't watch the same anime then. We simply did not watch the same anime. If Full Metal is an 8, Demon Slayer's a 4. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Demon Slayer's a 4. By that metric. Because Demon Slayer's nothing. It's fun animation. But let's see what else you have scored. Horiyama at an 8? Yeah. I thought for a moment maybe you could have redeemed yourself, but like, unfortunately, Horiyama at an 8 is just like, because even amongst slice life and drama, like, Horiyama's not an 8. Noob, how are we feeling about this? Oh, Noob, chime in. We need you, baby. I will say that, like, if I were to ignore everything else, I also have Jujutsu Kaisen at an 8. I also have K-On! At an 8. And I can kind of get behind that. I also have Kill la Kill about an 8. I think I have like an 8.4 or something. I can kind of rock with these. I feel like I'm probably gonna give Kaguya-sama an 8 myself. Like, this section's like very, very agreeable to me. But the fact that you think that all of this is on par with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, one of the most groundbreaking, amazing, best constructed, and thematically complex anime of all time, is just like nonsense to me. That's where like my disparity comes in right now. But like, otherwise, like, I would also have given these, like, this is like, I pretty much agree entirely with like this little section, which is quite impressive to have like such an overlap between the two of us. And yeah, Noob, sometimes I feel like you might have better opinions. Made some. I've actually been like, it's been on my like plan to watch on Netflix for so long now. And I just haven't watched it. Why? Because I haven't watched it, you know what I mean? MHA at an 8, you know, it's apparently you have MHA season 4. Fucking season 4, the same as Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That ain't gonna work, dog. That ain't gonna work. You back, big dog? Josh, can I ask your opinion of something, dog? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? Okay? I don't know. I want to know. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm biased here. Maybe I'm biased in a bad way here. Okay. Picture this. Okay. Demon Slayer at an 8. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at an 8. Girls and Pens are the film at an 8. How are we feeling about this? How are we feeling about this? And Horiyama at an 8. I don't know if you watch Horiyama, but like, how are we feeling about this? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the same as Horiyama, is the same as Demon Slayer. I actually need to know. Like, sure, I can even accept that you don't like Battle Shonen, but to reduce Brotherhood to the same as fucking Demon Slayer, when Demon Slayer is like a shadow, a pale imitation of every Battle Shonen before it, at least give Demon Slayer something slightly lower. I mean, obviously I can't tell you how to like rank anime, I can't tell you how you experience and evaluate anime, but like, god damn. Versus my own experience with these anime, my own understandings of what is good, this could not be like just less informed. What the fuck's wrong with you? Okay, thank you, Snow. I need some validation, dog. That's just kind of fucked up, bruh. Let me go on Twitter real quick to take a little break. Cringe. Don't care. Click on what I gave that damn film, Doofy. What film? By the way, we were talking about Mugen Train or Girls in Panda, probably. I guess is all I can imagine. Where are we? Getting lost, and I'm disoriented. Mom, I need to go home. This kid's drinking beer here. Girls in the Panda. Where is it? There we go. Two. Yeah, you're kind of cricky dinky, Slank. But moving on. You gave the original Ava an 8. You gave the rebuilds a 9. Yeah, but like Golden Time as an 8 is totally understandable to me, only because like it is a very ironically yet genuinely fun experience, and one that is much funner than most serious anime that try to seriously be funny or like seriously be dramatic or whatever. I find things that can be fun in ironic ways are funner than things that are fun in unironic ways. If it was GNP Films, Girls in Panzer, you mean? Or am I like just wrong here? I also gave Skate an 8. You got a lot of like horny shit on your completed. Like you're very confident in just having that in the public. I respect it, I guess. You know what I mean? But like, July and April an 8. I mean, you know, whatever. Your name, okay, whatever. Go off, I guess. Seen that one? Nice. Red Light Pilot. Tawawa on Mondays. This is where it all began. I saw this on his list. I watched it, and I unironically had more fun watching Tawawa on Monday than I did like a lot of other anime. I just think it's so fun. Bro, those 8s are gonna be. I know they're not good, man. I do genuinely think that Tawawa on Monday is like a pretty like super fun anime. Noob doesn't like it. I think it's so wholesome, but Noob's just like corrupted and projects his kind of insecurities and corruption on the anime. Real quick. From peak quality, let's look at mine. I did like 2 live streams on yours, and I only got through like the 8s, I think. So. Do you have this shit on yours though, Snow, by the way? Like, do you have some shit like this on yours? Asking for a friend. Bible Black. This is like baby's first hentai. You know what I mean? Like when I originally looked up hentai when I was younger, the two anime that came up was Mahabharata and Bible Black. Mahabharata was like the safer option because there was less nudity. But you've seen but never posted it. Yeah, that's my thing. Like 90% of the hentai I've seen I have not posted. But there are some that if I find out about a hentai through any list, I will add it to my list. But if I find it on my own accord, I will not go out of my way to look for it on any list. That's kind of my motive. And unfortunately, the latter is the more common situation. Should I add to private? That's kind of what I'm thinking too, but like, I feel like I've seen so many that I won't be able to remember them all. God, that sounds pathetic. Bradley, what did I miss? Not much, Slankus. Here on Tuesday is 7. That's fair. I thought it was like a pretty fun slice of life kind of music thing. One of my favorites, to be honest. Can I get a Carol on Tuesday? I can't do that. I'll get taken down on the stream. I don't want to do that. I want to keep the stream up for the watch hours. You get triggered at your 8s. Yeah. You gave season 2 of Code Geass a 7 versus season 1 and 8. Doofy adds them. Oh, Watch Time Devils. Nothing adding publicly. How do you see publicly to GNP? Like, listen, I have both Code Geass at a 7, which is a positive score, but like, I think generally people say the second season's better because of the legendary ending. It's interesting to me though, because like I think that like by and large the second season of Code Geass is messier all around up until like, you know, the second half, and then especially near the ending it really clears up and has a fantastic ending. Code Geass season 2 is a mess and somehow sticks to the end. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. That's my assessment of Code Geass season 2 as well. That's why I gave it a 7. But like season 1, like it had a strong start, not a legendary start. And like it was consistent enough throughout, but like it was consistently like okay. And it also only merited a 7 for me. I think overall though season 1 was more put together and like it just felt there was more consistent quality going through that first season than the second season, minus the ending. Like that's literally the only difference there for me, but I don't know. Season 1 was great mecha and I enjoyed it more. That's fair. No one's more base than me? Really? Are you more base than this guy right here? That's what I gotta ask you, Mr. Snowball. Snowball Josh. It's a video I recorded tonight, by the way. This is just like my little... Like, my computer's taking 10 years to load it up. I started my my ultimate guide to subjectivity and objectivity in anime. It's going pretty good. Just wanted to give you guys a little preview. I used to try to drink clips for it. Evaluation of anime subjective or objective? This is an issue that seemingly everyone in the anime community has an opinion on, yet there's so much misinformation surrounding the discourse that it can be difficult to suss out the truth. In this video, I'm going to set the record straight. This is the ultimate guide to subjectivity and objectivity in anime evaluation. Anyways, you can expect that in like the next week or so. I've got like a minute and a half edited. It's gonna be like a nice 9-minute video. I did say something that was very intentional. Yeah, I just wanted to like give the most comprehensive treatment of it in like the most simple terms, and I think I've done exactly that because of recent events on Twitter. If you guys didn't know, let me just let you know what's going on Twitter, because I feel like Josh and Noob aren't on there enough, and I'm a little rat that spends all of his time on Twitter. So Base Luffy actually put out a tweet. Sounds great so far. Looking forward to watching. Thank you, Daimo. My man. You're a good man. Base Luffy. Pretty big AniTuber. Not AniTuber. Maybe AniTuber. I don't know if he's an AniTuber, but he's a big guy on Twitter. Posted this. Let me see if I can find it. Might have deleted it. Right here. Do you think that one story can be objectively better than another? And 56% of people said yes. Right, this is the landscape of Twitter right now. Okay. Trash was mad. I also was pretty mad. Crimson Devil, another of my moods. Yeah, this is absurd. And anyway, somebody else did it, and like, unfortunately, there's still a large sum of people that said no. But then there's this one idiot that literally replied this today. Definitely yes. For example, MHA and AOT. I mean, I don't care what you enjoy more, but you can't deny AOT is objectively better. It's objectively better. Oh my god, AOT is objectively better than MHA. Blah. And then I tried to make fun of him. I copied and pasted his thing, but I switched around AOT and MHA. And I said, instead of the ending of AOT being bad, I said season 5. And bro took me seriously. Bro genuinely was like, that was because the adaptation of the manga was good, right? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I was making fun of you. Like, and that shit was funny. Mad funny. You saw that tweet, yeah. Well, inside was the ReZero versus Jobs incarnation. That was crazy. I don't care about, like, who thinks what anime is better. That's never an interesting discussion. But, like, the philosophical stuff is what, like, bothers me. But anyways, you'll be happy to know this guy fucking ratioed to hell. And, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Did he ever get ratioed? Big time. So, like, there are a lot of people going around that are genuinely have no idea what, like, the difference between objective and subjective, and so I thought, like, okay, it's my time to shine. I made a career off of this shit, and I'm gonna set the record straight. And in my video, I give, in my humble opinion, the one and only count of objectivity and subjectivity. Like, it's kind of simplified, but like it is 100% accurate to the point. Like, subjectivity relates to the subject, exists in the subject, exists in the mind. Done. That's essentially my argument, but like it's a better pace and, you know, blah blah blah. Objectivity relates to the object, external to the subject, exists independent of the mind. Done. Like that's it. It's very quick, it's very in layman's terms, but it gets the point across in an effective way that I think is acceptable and accessible to the viewers. And like this is the only view of a subjective and objective. Period. Like, there's no other view. If you like, this isn't just a case of me being egotistic. This is simply the case. And if you can't get on board with it, like, I'm sorry, you just don't understand the concepts you're dealing with, and you shouldn't talk with them. It's funny, I didn't notice that he got rolled. Take is that you can make objective claims, but they're so specific and isolated that adds something to discourse. I mean, you can, like, one objective claim is, I'm wearing glasses. Another objective claim is I'm now holding a glass. Another objective claim is I'm drinking from it. Objectivity is not an illusion, and I even say in the video, which you haven't heard, but like, evaluation is based on objectivity, but the actual act of evaluation is associating values with objective experience. And it's subjective because the association between a value and any objective experience is only existent in the mind of a subject who creates and establishes the connection. And furthermore, values themselves are inherently subjective, therefore the whole thing's subjective. So you can make objective claims, like you need to, for like that's the basis of science, mathematics. But as far as evaluation is concerned, that you absolutely cannot. Shuzo Shimi or Inio Asano? Inio Asano by a long shot. Not by a long shot, by like a medium margin. I'm honestly never interested in objective debate, so it's better if you can understand people on my channel. So I don't have to explain it myself. Yeah, on God. Is it better than you versus McKev, though? Me versus McKev was a fucking great arc. I absolutely washed that kid's ass. That's not a good sentence, I'm so sorry. I destroyed that guy. I'm lost. What are we speaking about? Subjective versus objective. For example, stream is subjectively bad anime. No, you can't. You cannot say something's objectively bad animated because bad is a value. Values are inherently subjective. You're connecting a subjective value with some objective example of animation is only established in the mind of a subject, therefore it's subjective. But since so specific, it doesn't do much. Yeah, I simply don't agree that that's an example of something that is subjective. Dude, Doofy vs. McKev was peak game Twitter? Yeah, it was really good. Not gonna lie to you. You have to be specific. It makes you lose the force of threes. You can be specific, but still be subjective. You can give very elaborate accounts of why you think something is good or bad by defining what your ideal of good consists in terms of criteria and the values you associate with them and the kind of textual support that you ascribe these criteria and values to, but like at the same time, this does not take away from the fact that this is still all subjective. Dude, Doofy McKev oh, sorry, I read that. My simple thing is that if you have to call it good or bad, then it's subjective. Yeah, again, like literally, good and bad only ever exist in the mind of a subject, therefore subjective. Like that's it. That's it. Like that's where the conversation starts and ends. And if you have anything to say otherwise, you're wrong. I'm arguing that my argument is that to make an objective claim needs to be super specific. Objective claims don't need to be specific, though. You can make very general objective claims, such as all extended objects are going to be in space and time. That's a general objective claim. And indeed, one we know a priori, but like nonetheless, it's still objective. Also, this is my elaborate ploy to make Doofy no longer look at my annual list. No, it's good. I'm getting bored of the single valuation of anime and manga. That's not what I got into YouTube for. I'm here to start shit and like talk about philosophy, but like under the guise of anime and manga. Yeah. Yes, no, you have like a weird functional argument about animation though. You like ascribe some kind of function to animation, then you say when it doesn't meet that it's bad, but like still, even if we were to buy into that, the kind of goodness or badness you ascribe to a function is different than that we ascribe in aesthetic values, because yeah, again, one is like purely conceptual, like your willingness or like your ability to fulfill a definition is a kind of descriptive matter versus what you value in aesthetic terms, which is purely subjective. So like it's a conflation of the same word in two different applications. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it doesn't meet the definition. Yeah, exactly. Like it's literally what I just said. Yeah, that's a functional account of goodness, which is like literally entirely separate from like a aesthetic account of goodness. Because in the functional account of goodness, what you have are, by the way, like this functional account is in itself an assumption that cannot be proved. Like it's if you're not on board with it, you're not on board with it, and that's that. But like to ascribe to animation that it has some function, there is no ground for it. You have to make that assumption. But you assume that it has to kind of do this certain thing, and then you can say that certain things do not meet that thing. That's all fine and well, and therefore in that context it's not good. But that's not the same goodness that we ascribe to an anime when we say that an anime is good. Like those are like conceptually entirely distinct. Same word, different concepts entirely. It's like, yeah, entirely different. I value style over quality, but that's why a lot of my takes are very close to what I think. I don't like none of these grand sweeping claims will ever suffice like my actual position, because like sure, I'm more inclined towards things that have a unique presentation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those are going to ultimately be better than the things that I watch otherwise. Like I like a lot of Gainax stuff I think has a unique presentation, and even like early Trigger, like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Fully Cooley, unique presentation, like very. And I do think that they're all examples of good stuff, but then there's also like, I don't know, what's something that has like unique presentation that's bad, like Zion, I Wish You Were Here. But that's just like because it's so bad, like XR, I'm like unique but like bad. I think we agree, but we're missing what each other are saying. I think I totally understand what you're saying, and the issue is that like you're simply using good in two different ways, so it won't matter. Who are some of your favorite protagonists? I like Light a lot from Death Note. I like Ed from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I like Kimura Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, in terms of protagonists. I mean, in terms of protagonists, Himura Kenshin's probably my favorite of all time. I like Ginkgo a lot from Mushishi. I do like Yozoba from No Longer Human. Simo from Gurren Lagann. Email from Imanon. Alucard from Hellsing. Gestech from Pluto. So, how's that for that? Okabe Rentoro. Okabe, yeah, from Steins Gate. Again, do feel like my 5 and below. I don't care anymore. Slankbot, I'm so sorry. I said I only stream for a couple hours. Also, when the fuck's this Pluto anime coming out? I've seen this here like forever. And I'm so excited because Pluto's like top 5 manga for me, so I'm very excited for this. Like, when the fuck is this coming out? I wanted to read Kenshin, but I have a really hard time separating art from the artist. That's unfortunate. But I feel like if you're gonna buy into a combination of the art and the artist, then you're gonna have to reject a whole lot more than just him. But anyways, what I'm saying isn't good or bad. It's just a statement that this specific moment doesn't meet the definition, but I'm aware that the frame can have artistic aspects that can be good. Yeah, exactly. So you're implicitly admitting that they're two different concepts entirely. Like, your ability to fulfill a definition is bad in the sense of you're not able to fulfill a definition. But there's a whole other conversation to be had about whether or not you value something's ability to fulfill a definition. Because there's a certain sense in which we can define art in terms of its way to express emotion, yet there can be a lot of art that does not express emotion, but we still value it nonetheless, because again, we don't necessarily put all of our value in its ability to fulfill its definition. So, likewise with animation, we might have this definition of animation as being able to create the illusion of movement, for example, and we can very well identify moments in which it doesn't do that. Yet we still might value it because it still says something more profound with the medium in general. And in those instances, while it is bad functionally, we can still value it good aesthetically. And that, I think, brings up the difference between the two uses of the term. And I think it's in that instance that I simply think that's the most clear example of, like, the conflation that you've been... I can't necessarily even say it's a conflation, but I feel like in every time we bring up this discussion, you always bring up the kind of animation example in the context of the aesthetic discussion, and I can only assume that you mean to use good in the same way in both contexts, when it's very much not the case. There's a point that objective claim, I don't think it's objective because the definition isn't objective. I think assuming the definition, we might be able to say it's objective, but then and I don't think that's a crazy thing to assume, by the way. I think most definitions are subjective, but like we treat them otherwise. So, like, for instance, hero's journey can be defined in many ways, but like we kind of have an objective sense of what it means. It exists independent of us thinking it, and so we can say objectively, Hunter x Hunter is an embodiment of the hero's journey. That's objective. But whether or not we value that is a completely different thing, and so our use of goodness there is different than the use of goodness as regards like an anime's ability to fit that kind of definition. You know what I mean? That's what you're getting at. Again, like, yes, my point is that the objective claim based on definition becomes too specific. You lose focus of everything. I just think it's not that it's too specific. I just think that it's not related. Like, I just don't think it's relevant here. Well, I think it is relevant to the extent that we can choose to value it or not, but like, I simply do not think that, like, the goodness of definition does not necessarily translate to the goodness of value in the aesthetic sphere. And like, that's what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, I don't know if I made that clear or not by now. But like, okay, just to recap, I want to make myself crystal clear here. You know what we're saying now? Yeah. Like, assuming we grant every definition, we could say that animation either fails or succeeds to meet this definition. And we could say animation that meets this definition is good, functionally. But whether or not we choose to aesthetically value something that meets this definition of animation is entirely different. That's probably the clearest way I can put this. I think you get it, though. So I feel like, this is just the kind of recap to make sure I'm clear on this myself. You don't know that any TikToker would be good friends? Yes, you agree? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah. So I don't disagree. Like, I don't disagree that the functionality to the different aspects of the things we evaluate, and that functionally they can be good or bad. Like, I could say that the function of a soundtrack is to elevate any moment expressed in animation, and that there are a lot of anime that fail to meet that, and they're bad. But I may nonetheless still value them, or vice versa. But Slankbot, what's another anti-TikToker that I'd be good friends with? I met a lot of good people on anti-TikTok, so do introduce me with them. I need to VC with you about animation, but I can do that another time. Yeah, for sure. So many different types of anime. Legendary anime JP fan too. Welcome to the chat, man. You're a bit of a you come and go, and I like that. I do recognize the name though, so you know, you're a certified regular. I was saying it's specific, but you think it's irrelevant or function. Yeah, it maybe not irrelevant because I do think it's relevant to an extent, but it's only relevant to the extent we value it. That's the clearest way I could say it. But like essentially, good with reference to definition is completely different than good with reference to what I like or dislike. Now, it could be the case that my argument for saying that something is aesthetically good rests on its ability to meet definitions, and that's up to the individual. But it doesn't have to be that way, and that's why it's, again, two different things, subjective, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we basically agree but describe differently. Yeah, we're operating in the same conceptual paradigm. I definitely think that you agree with me. Look at this. It's a stream where I didn't have to, I don't have to private it because I'm gonna get copyright striked. I'm just kind of vibing here. Dude, me on the grind. I have over 690 followers on TikTok. Do you make videos, Slank, on TikTok? I don't actually remember. Like, I haven't been on TikTok in so long. Great teacher on Izuka, such an iconic anime? Maybe. Haven't watched it, nor read it, nor intend on. Who's this handsome motherfucker? Who's this handsome motherfucker? Who's that handsome motherfucker? I like what he's doing. I'm gonna like his stream. Yeah, for real. By the way, folks, if you think your tweet's good, like it. What TV, well? You have like 3 every day? Alright, let's just go to let's go to TikTok real quick. Let's watch a Slankbot TikTok real quick, Mom. Wait, what? My name is Doofy Mud? Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Oh, sorry, I'm on my private TikTok. My bad. Let's watch a Slankbot TikTok. A lot of my top 5 manga of all time. Let's hear it.
So, what's your top 10 or top 5? Name your most favorite manga of all time.
This is like pretty high quality for a TikTok, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, goddamn, I didn't know you were so on.
Up first, I have Kuntosh. Kuntosh is
definitely. Oh, sorry, you're stitching somebody else. That's why I was so quality before. But like, you know, you're still good. You're still good, my guy.
So, what's your top 10 or top 5? Name your most favorite manga of all time.
Your most favorite manga of all time? That doesn't seem grammatically sound to me, but like I'm gonna let it slide for now because I can't identify exactly what's incorrect about it.
Up first, I have Kuntosh. Kuntosh is definitely one of the best research racing manga ever, and it's a really good manga, and I'm sad that not a lot of people really got into it, and it's kind of went underground.
I appreciate things that are well researched though, and that's why I like Beck so much, because Harold puts a lot of thought into the design of the guitars and like the background and the history of them. Like they are reflective of the history, and they are visually accurate to their real life counterparts, and that's what I love about Beck so much. Like, it is very much grounded in reality. Like, it's so well researched, and like it's able to play with like that actual history in meaningful ways, and I love that about Beck. So I can see why this would be your top 5 if it follows this kind of pattern. Oh my god, this is the greatest manga of all time. Okay, rock on.
Which really sucks, but it's just an amazing racing manga that if you like Initial D, definitely
Initial D is nuts.
Check this manga out. It's in my top 5 for a reason. Next, I have Attack on Titan.
By the way, super cringe that you have Anilus Japanese mode. You're not Japanese, dog. Come on now. What are you doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to be like so elitist on you one time. Couchdon does a lot of research into racing and technology that goes into racing with techniques. Speed Racer's best manga, lol. Legendary Anime JP fan 2 coming back with his classic comments, just saying that everything's the best.
And what I really like about Attack on Titan is very similar to Love Love and how it developed its story, its characters.
It's like I love you because you're the only person that'll ever say that Attack on Titan is good because it's like Muv Love. Oh god, that's like picture perfect. Oh man, that's fucking good. Let's say Hagane no. No, I wouldn't. You're a fucking psychopath, Josh.
And they have very similar themes, and that's why I really love this manga, is because of how similar it is.
This guy doesn't know the
to
best
Love
manga.
Love,
Wow.
specifically Love Love Alternative, which is in fact getting an anime adaptation this season that you should definitely watch because it's amazing. And I just love Attack on Titan because of how similar.
Shut up! I don't care.
To that
Next one. Next
story
entry.
and
I
how
don't
it
care.
develops.
I don't care.
And that's why I really like it.
Shut
a
up.
lot.
Next
Is it
entry.
original?
Come on.
No, not necessarily, but it's
By the way, I saw McKev say some shit like Attack on Titan is one of the most original manga of all time. I'm like, bro. AOT just like took the premise of Evangelion and like recontextualized it. Why say FMAB when you can say shut the fuck up? Oh my god, that was like offensive. Like honestly, Josh, that shit was like offensive. Cut that shit out, dog.
definitely a really good sight to see because of how similar it is to Love Love Alternative. Next, I have Drifting Dragons. Now, Drifting Dragons. Is so like it's so good because
never read it. It just looks okay to me.
Characters and cast, and
but the way it develops its characters and cast, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I haven't read it, but it looks pretty okay.
even with the cast alone, but yet the commerce behind the dragons and has such.
By the way, there's like this one shop in my hometown that makes the best wonton soup of all time. I'm just saying that because I want to go home to have that wonton soup, and I might do that in beginning November. But anyways, moving on.
Interesting lore behind it as well, and it's art to me. It's just an amazing manga that I wish more people got into it. And even if you don't want to get into manga, the anime adaptation is actually like really good and one of the best top 3 CGI anime of all time. In my
Don't care. CGI is cringe. Moving on.
opinion, at least, and you should go watch it. But the manga itself is just amazing. Just go check it out. It's just amazing. My number 2 spot.
Furry.
I've been with Beastars for a very long time, and
By the way, Boda better than Beastars.
it's probably one of my first ones I really got into it. And
By the way, MacBook.
been with Beastars since the anime first aired.
Read something better, bro. Like, come on, just fucking move on. Furry.
been such an amazing journey.
Please, Fairy Tail is way better. Legendary Anime JP Fan 2 with the fucking facts. Fairy Tail is objectively better than Beastars. Let the record show.
I can't believe how
Furry.
good this manga got. It's just amazing. And I
Can't believe how good the sex scenes were between the animals. I was so horny. Shut up, Slink Bob. We don't care.
love each of the characters. It's just there's a reason why I love this so much. And
So you're horny and you like animals and you're furry.
And it ended, and it's just an amazing manga in my opinion, and you should definitely go check it out. And finally, Rent a Girlfriend.
The girlfriend?
I
Okay,
started this
rock on.
manga when the anime aired, caught up 50 chapters, stayed with it ever since, and it's trashy, I'll admit it, but it's just.
I don't know if this is a joke or if this is actually his number one.
It's bad, hilarious. It's just
Okay, he's for real. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun. I had a lot of shits, a lot of giggles. Slank, your top 5 is like a 1 out of 10. Hate to break it to you. Anyways, it's only 12 my time, Eastern, Supreme time. I'm going to get even drunker and watch some anime scenes. Maybe play some Sonic. Who knows? The night is young. But I appreciate all of you who came out tonight. This is going to be posted on my YouTube channel if you want to rewatch any of the scenes, if you thought it was particularly funny. And yeah, until the next stream, whenever that might be, because I'm the most inconsistent man, I will watch Redline. Anyways, till then, peace and love, baby.